is there is a man. There's a man who can fix this. There's a man who's running for political office that can stop this type of behavior immediately. And he is overly qualified to do so. All right? He knows the prison system inside and out. And his name is Jordan Jareb. Convicted felon running for sheriff. This man can fix the crime in your town. If you have some of these Muhammads diddling your 4 9-year-olds, which is actually, that's kind of funny that the Muhammad from the previous story did diddle a 9-year-old, like the real Muhammad also diddled a 9-year-old. So I don't know if it's just like the name or physiognomy or whatever you want to call it, but it's strange how that happens. But there is cultural appropriation.
All cultures are equal. That's what we say around here, guys. Come on.
But there is a man who can put a stop to it. Jordan Jareb, fan of the channel. He's in the chat. I think he's probably here right now. Dude. He's running for sheriff, and he can clean up your streets.
My name is Jordan Jareb, and I would love to be the sheriff of Wakulla County. The reason I'm running for sheriff is simple. I have more experience in the criminal underworld and working with criminals than any of the deputies. I have experience both as an incarcerated person and...
Like I said, intimate knowledge inside and out of the prison system.
What was he?
And as a person that fought against criminal...
Also part of the Republic of Florida militia. And yes, they are doing the "my heart goes out to you" salute in this photo. So unironically can fix the crime.
In Rockbrook when I was part of the Republic of Florida militia. Most of the allegations against me are true. So what?
he just like does not care. Don't care.
The only honest politician.
Holy shit.
Most of the I need a freaking just a soundbite of that. Most of the allegations are true. Who cares?
Oh, you got me.
When I was part of the Republic of Florida militia. Most of the allegations against me are true. So what? I've paid my debt to society. I've done my time. The entire reason I was in prison to begin with is because my old neighborhood got invaded by drug dealers and criminals that had brought down the property values and made it to where you can't even park a car without locking it. During that time, we saw a law enforcement agency tell the citizens to lock it or lose it, admitting that crime had gotten so out of control that people couldn't even leave their valuables unchecked. Do you want a law enforcement agency that tells you to lock it or lose it? Or do you want a law enforcement agency that locks and loads? As a former incarcerated person, I have absolutely no sympathy for the people that are making the everyday citizens' lives hell. I have no sympathy for the thief in the night that steals your valuables. I have no sympathy for drug dealers. I have no sympathy for any of these people. Having lived with these people, I know these people are wicked and refuse to take personal responsibility for their own lives. I also
Mega base. Wow, damn, he's spouting off all the right things here. Jordan Jareb 2028, baby.
I also noticed instead of saying Navi, he said these people.
These people is another way to phrase it. And he's not wrong. You know, a lot of these places, they get infected with a certain type of individual, and then what used to be safe and nice and wholesome and homogenous turns into like, oh yeah, things just get stolen, you know? Like in my tiny little town that I live in, you know, there's people leave their bikes out on the side of the road. Kids just kind of drive around and whatnot. It is a nice little wholesome slice of Americana that is only found in very rare pockets because, you know, there are no bike thieves here.
Also know that the people involved with these activities have the power to redeem themselves and to be productive tax-paying citizens of this state. I understand that I am a convicted felon and that this would make me the first convicted felon to ever become sheriff. But please do not lose sight of the fact that our president, Donald Trump, is also a convicted felon. If our president can be a convicted felon, I see no reason why the sheriff of Wakulla County can't be a convicted felon too. I have paid my debt to society and I have learned a variety of skills that could benefit the taxpayers of this county. I 100% am dead serious about this. I realize that this is a meme, but I also want to meme it into existence. If you're ready for real change, if you're ready for real accountability, if you're ready for actual criminal justice reform, if you're ready for personal responsibility, I've taken personal responsibility for my life, and it's time for the criminals to take personal responsibility for theirs, and it's time for our government agencies to also take personal responsibility for the public safety and the survival and well-being of the people that they're supposed to represent. If
Literally 2 minutes of the best ad like of all time for political candidacy. Damn.
All right.
I actually just realized that I forgot a bunch of these on Rumble real fast, so I'm just going to knock these out before we continue on with Jordan's pitch, which is quite convincing so far. Dogman Defense, for one, on Rumble says, don't believe the propaganda. I've seen photos of a swimming pool and a movie theater in the HK factory. Yeah, don't believe the propaganda about that big old slab of concrete there. Ermagzek for 2 says SR/LR magazine recommendations. I have some of the Lancers that are fine. I have the Duramags, which are also fine, and the PMags are okay. Recently scored a 308 Galil Ace for a price that would make even a Jew blush. Interesting. I've heard the 308 Galils aren't terrible. They're like heavy pigs, but I mean, they're a 308, so, you know.
Oy vey.
Honestly, the metal Duramags, I think, look the best subjectively, so that's what I would use. Plastic Guy for 1 says, a German's dream, being stuck at work indefinitely. Ah, indeed. Ermagursk says, oh, no, wait, no, it just repeats. Okay, perfect. Excellent. All right, I got all you guys over there. We'll continue on here. Or, Richard, did you have something you wanted to say?
Oh, no, you're good.
Okay.
Elected sheriff, I will make enforcing the laws people care about my top priority. I will make enforcing vague, nebulous statutes that nobody's ever heard of my least priority. I have absolutely no interest in telling people where they can drive their golf carts. I have absolutely no interest in checking to make sure your e-bike is street legal. I have absolutely no interest in harassing people for what bushcraft equipment they have, or harassing hunters about is the rifle they're carrying legal or anything like that. I have no interest in nitpicking our tax-paying citizens about things that don't matter. My main priority, all my resources will actually go to going after real criminals, people that rape, murder, pillage, kill. My resources will go after those that sell drugs to our kids. My resources will actually help. I will actually use taxpayer resources to benefit the people of this county and to make the people of this county safer and to make your property safer. That's me. I won't talk about it. I'll actually perform. Some other guy will get in front of you with a suit and tie and make you a bunch of fancy promises. I'm not that guy, okay? I'm not going to get on camera with a suit and a tie and make a bunch of fancy promises and line my money with pockets from donors. I'm not going to do that. This is about doing what's actually in the best interest of the people of Wakulla County. I'm Jordan Jareb, and I want to be your sheriff. I want to be your first convicted felon sheriff you've ever had. I want to be the best sheriff you've ever had. I want to be the real men that leads these deputies into battle. These deputies have been led into battle by career politicians and bureaucrats, and they're sick of it. A real sheepdog is familiar with the wolves and has lived with the wolves. For a sheepdog truly has more in common with a wolf than a sheep. That is the truth. When you have a barricaded suspect that refuses to come out of his house, who is he going to listen to? Is he going to listen to some bureaucrat, or is he going to listen to a fellow felon? It's time for law enforcement to evolve and adopt a 21st century strategy. You need convicted felons and ex-convicts to help you guys do your jobs. This future of law enforcement is for convicted felons to be part of the solution and to be an active participant and not just be an observer, to pay their debt to society and actually contribute to the well-being of that same society. My critics will point out that I used to be a part of a controversial militia organization. During that time in the militia organization, I organized community response for hurricanes. I already have the vast majority of equipment that I can legally have that would make me an asset to this job. I already have the experience. I already have the resolve, the strength, the vision, and the passion for this job. Please, tax-paying citizens of Wakulla County, elect somebody as your sheriff that actually cares about you. Elect somebody as your sheriff that actually represents you. Elect somebody as your sheriff that actually looks like you. Please, I'm the man for this job. I want to be your sheriff, citizens of Wakulla County.
All right, now how big is Wakulla County? That's what I want to know. I'm going to look it up.
Oh, no, but that's pretty cool.
It's
incredibly
fairly
based to that
substantial.
gentleman.
It is not a small county. It's one of the larger ones. As far as
35,000, it's not huge. 35,000 is tiny.
Yeah, for a rural area though, that is pretty good.
I mean, that's probably the size of the county I'm in. It's probably about 30,000 people. So I mean, it's in South Dakota. So it's a small county, which means that only maybe 1,000 people are even going to vote. So he's got a shot. He's got a shot. He might be able to move something like this into existence.
Real quick, focus. I sent you a photo of his competition on Discord.
His running mate? I'm pretty sure there's a video of his running mate, but I can't show that video on stream. But allegedly this is who's running. This is the Democratic Party who's running against him currently. This is his opposition. So I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. It's stiff competition for Wakulla County or Wallakua County, whatever you say it. It's gonna be close. I'm not sure. Jordan Jareb though, he's got my vote if I could vote.